Hi, I'm Jason,
And I'm my friend Evan.
and in this video we're going to be showing off some of the more specialty farms that we've built. The first one here is an iron golem farm. The general idea is that it's got two layers, the one that you can see on the top here and a similar one right below it with a giant hole in the middle. And on every side there's a little package of villagers. And that I've set it up so that iron golems can spawn anywhere on the two floors in the water, and then they just basically get pushed down the center and they fall down a long tube. The original idea being that the tube was long enough that it would remove them from the village in case there was ever any sort of buildup. But at any rate, they fall into kind of a lava trap, burn. The drops are collected in a hopper, and those drops are sent back to the village, our town rather, and go directly to the blacksmith. You can see the town is just kind of over in that direction. You can sort of see the edge. And there's two rails beneath us. One takes us to the villager farm, and the other one is to the town's primary strip mining facility, which is pretty much directly beneath us, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. And they go side by side, but it was easier than making a switch.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's, to commute items from both this farm and anything coming out of the mine, we don't have a hopper tunnel built, do we? It's actually still loading up a minecart and shipping things with that, is it not?
So the way it works is from the iron golem farm, the iron goes through a series of hoppers into the mine system. And then from the mine system, there's an independent rail, which you don't see here, where a storage minecart, or hopper minecart, whichever, picks up all the items and then ships them back to the sort of main city's sorting system. And so it's kind of a combination of both, I guess.
Ooh, why can't I open this door? It's very odd. There we go. Oops, sorry, I'm kind of inside you there. There's a few downsides. I built this farm pretty much immediately after we started the server, which is nice because it provides more than enough iron for our needs. In fact, we have quite storage of it built up. But I didn't do any sort of area beautification, and it turns out it's actually even in a fairly ugly environment. And there's also no protection from zombies, so they kind of just build up underneath the villager pods like this. They pretty much keep to themselves, though. I think it's pretty rare that any of them are aggressive in any way.
Yeah, they're normally tracking the villagers, so it's not a problem. But it is kind of not so good for lag.
Great.
But,
so
we also made, I don't know, you could probably see it when we had the little dirt stack there. We'll tower it up first. But we planted trees all around this little grove to sort of hide I don't want to call it an eyesore, but the iron golem farm from the town.
Which, again, was not built with any sort of
aesthetics in mind.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
All right, so where are we going next?
All right, well, I was thinking maybe the gold farm and then ender farm would be two good stops, eh?
All right, let's do it.
All right, we're just on our way to the gold farm, and we thought now would be a good time to show the other side of our nether portal, the kind of evil arch that Evan was talking about.
Yeah, so the dark side of the arch, I guess. So it's, I think it's an identical construction, except obviously, there's a lot more, it was done with nether brick, and there's lots of fire and stuff around. So this is our nether hub, which attaches us to all sorts of different farms and, quick travel things in the nether.
Yeah, we're actually in the ceiling right now, and we use this as a way to make safe railways to any sort of farm, or we also use it as a way to travel large distances easily in the overworld as well. So there's a few of these that are just tunnels to another portal which go to kind of distant areas, which is pretty common, I think, to do in general. Yeah. So to get to the gold farm, we just go up this stairway and kind of follow the golden aisle.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if it's finished, but what we ended up doing here was, I didn't finish it. So I started to use the dark oak glitch to break a lot of the bedrock here, which is kind of cheaty, but what are you going to do?
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
we should blanket this whole farm with, even in the best case scenario, it was a little cheaty. I was using the bug where if you find an area where there's kind of just a one block missing at a high part of the bedrock, and you put a ladder there, you can ender pearl onto the ladder, and then it kind of glitches you above the nether completely. So this whole farm is done above the nether, and that's why it's a little bit, there should kind of be an asterisk next to it.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, we should finish beautifying that. But you know,
So I'm just going to head up here. There were a couple of revisions of this farm done. The first one was one where you would AFK kind of down at this height, and all the spawning platforms are right now above us. The problem was that the nether hub is in our spawnable area, and we found that we were getting crazy number of zombie pigmen spawning in the nether hub.
oh
And
yeah,
that-
we're within range of the Nether hub right now. That's right. And then when you go back down, it was just thousands of zombies.
Yeah, it got pretty out of
zombie
hand.
pigmen.
In fact, once or twice we'd accidentally nudge a zombie the wrong way, and it would just create a huge issue in the nether for far too long.
Well, yeah, because they would. I think they would somehow go through the portal into the overworld, and then in the overworld there would be hundreds of them as well.
That was actually a separate problem as well. When the time you're thinking of was a different problem, which we'll get to up at the top.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a similar but different issue. So
I'm gonna come
in the
up
back here, there is a very simple sorting system which just does gold nuggets from the zombie. Oh, sorry, we get gold from zombie pigmen. They have a chance to drop gold nuggets when they die. 9 gold nuggets makes a gold ingot. So yeah, we just have this sort of basic storage system. This farm had much better throughput than I expected, so I found it challenging to work in enough storage to the current setup, which is why there seems to be a abnormally large amount of hoppers and things around. I was trying to kind of shoehorn in some extra chests. It had an issue where it was backing up quite frequently, and that meant that the sorting system would get all crazy, and yeah. But it's largely fixed now, but you do have to clear it periodically. So this is the platform where all the zombie pigmen fall to their death, and this is all. This is a floor of just half blocks above hoppers. We were hoping that this would also catch what are they called? Magma guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Although to be honest, I haven't noticed any getting into the system anyway. They do spawn.
There are plenty in the system.
There's 47 down there, but those have been there the whole time.
You can go down and look now because I just found a glitch in the system which just flushed it out. You
Oh,
had
really?
yeah. So the way it works, I didn't actually know this was the case, but the way it works is over here. Come back, I'll show you. I just did it while you were talking, but right here. Well, I'll put a piece of netherrack there. This netherrack was here. Well, it was cobble. And this blocks the chest from opening, but I recently noticed that this actually stops the chest from working in general. So items will not pass through this chest. And so I just broke it, and now you can open it, and then stuff starts flowing through. So if you go look in this chest, there's actually more than a stack of magma creams now, and a whole bunch of rotten flesh. And there's
good.
that piece of cobblestone. Okay.
That rotten flesh actually is supposed to be getting filtered out, but I must have broken that connection.
Well, who knows how old it is, though?
No, it's still connected.
No, I know, but that...
Oh, you're right.
This bug has been there for a long time.
Right, no, you're absolutely right.
Oh,
So
whoops, there was a thing. Oh, that broke... oh, dear. That broke the sorter, the item sorter here as well. So,
I'll have to go around from the other side or something.
yeah. Oh, I guess you had it shorted out anyway with this redstone block. Anyway, that's fine. We can
Okay. At any rate.
get back to looking at this.
So there's a bit of a climb to see the top side of this. We had to make it very, very high in the air, so to avoid the problem that we were talking about earlier, where they would spawn down in the nether hub. But basically, there is just this design. Oh, jeez, this is not a good floor to stop at. So there's this design. So they can only spawn on these pressure pads, and as soon as they do, it triggers the piston to push them off the edge, where they fall to their death. Miserable death, hopefully.
Indeed. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I was trying to get a good view without blocking your view, but I realized I was just in you. So it's probably the worst possible decision.
That's probably why I kept moving to avoid.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about that.
That's fine. So up here we have the kind of AFK Sky Palace, if that's what you want to call it. It's really nothing too fancy, but Yeah, so as Evan was mentioning, we also had this problem where after AFKing at this farm for some time, we would go back to the overworld, and it looked like some crazy rave party of zombie pigmen. There would just be hundreds of them in our town. And the reason for that is that we had a portal over here to sort of be a shortcut back to the town, so you didn't have to go all the way back down to the nether hub. But it is far enough away from that skybox that zombie pigmen can spawn in the portal. Those 2 blocks right there are the only spawnable surface, other than the ones on the platforms, and so they'd spawn there and almost instantly get teleported to the overworld.
Are you sure? I didn't know that they could. I didn't know that they could spawn on a block with the portal on it.
Yeah, they can. That's actually how you can use. That's how overworld zombie pigman farms work. They spawn on the blocks with the portals.
No, in the overworld, there's a random chance that the portal will just spawn a zombie pigman.
Isn't that kind of the same thing? They have to be able to spawn on those 2 blocks there.
Oh, maybe you're right.
I don't know. At any rate, that's why this one is disabled. It was to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, I guess it's worked, so it must be the case. Cool, I didn't know that.
Yeah, learn something new every day. All right, so now we're going to go off to the enderman farm is probably the next best one.
Yep,
sounds good. It's quite similar to this farm anyway.
Okay, I'll see you down there.
So yeah. All right, we're here in the end, and we thought we'd just start the video a little sooner than the actual farm. I'm going to just jump in this minecart here. And the farm, as most are, is built quite far from the main island here. And also covered in water, which makes it kind of nice.
You know, I haven't been out here in so long, because I've just been getting XP from the Blaze farm recently. So.
Okay, so there's this sort of neat minecart station that Evan built where you come in, yours is destroyed, and there's always another one here ready to take you back. Yeah. So this farm was kind of tricky to build because there's a lot of sort of weird requirements in height and area. In general, it works similar to the zombie pigman farm, where you stand around here, and up there are a bunch of platforms which have the same sort of piston mechanism as we saw in the gold farm. And so it basically just spawns them, they fall down into this area, and you can freely kill them without them being able to attack you. Also, they fall to a distance that reduces their health to 1. And
do you notice something?
But they're not spawning, yeah.
Yes. Rilo was telling me this earlier in the week, and I forgot to mention it. And oh, there they come!
Oh, there they are. Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Cool. So there's also this minecart of death, which my friend Evan insists on using, and every time I use it, it kills me.
It's good. I think it's a... Yeah, you just kind of have to sit here and you can just click away, and I think it's great. You don't have to do anything. These hoppers pick everything up for you. I like it, but apparently people die. I'm the only one that seems to be able to use it without dying. But a good thing is, I built in a system because these guys kept dying. So suppose you die and you lose your leather cap. It goes into the system. In the back room here, where we get everything, I guess you can sort of give us a tour here, but you know, we have the ender pearls being collected here in these 2 chests, and then these are where the items lost fighting the endermen are. And so you can see here's that leather cap I just dropped in there, because otherwise people's items were getting sort of lost in the ender pearl system. And the ender pearl system, when it gets over full, I forget which chest it is, one of these chests has a comparator at the back, and when it becomes full, it starts ejecting them into this waste disposal, which I will utilize right now.
Which I think just drops them off into the oblivion, right?
Yes, it does. It does indeed.
Cool.
Where are you? Oh, there you are.
So that's about it for this farm, really. I mean, it's not that different than most other farms you'd see. There's no, or at least not many spaces that have regular block and then 3 high above it, so they can't really teleport behind you and kill you or anything like that very easily. They can't jump to an area where they shouldn't be because there's water covering all the surfaces. Yeah, it's pretty standard, although to be honest, they normally spawn much faster than they are right now. I don't know what's up. Something maybe, yeah.
Let's take a trip up off camera, and then we'll see. Maybe come back and say what's going on, or leave it as is. All right.
All right, Evan, what are we looking at?
So here we've got the spider grinder. It's been a long time since I've even been here. So I think what we have are two...
There were two spawners that we found.
There's two spawners that we found side by side, and I think I turned them both off. Hold on, I think we can break in the wall here. Yeah, okay. So there's a spider grinder here, or spider spawner here, and then just some water pushing them towards the center. And when the lights are off, they spawn. And generally, what we do is we just stand. I think right here is the optimal place where both spider spawners are. I think here you're within 16 blocks of each spawner. So lots of these cave spiders are spawned, and they swim up and eventually suffocate. It doesn't look like it's working so well right now, but I think they might be tracking both of us.
That could be, yeah.
So like stand here. I'll stand kind of behind you, and then they should track you, and then they'll climb, and sometimes it takes a while, but they climb up into that area, and they just suffocate to death, and they drop this spider silk. This system was designed for them to drop spider eyes as well, but as it turns out, these guys don't drop spider eyes unless you kill them, which is very frustrating. But
there was a third spider spawner that we found over here, but it's just slightly too far away to be active when the other two are.
Yeah, we couldn't do a triple spawner.
Unfortunate, but what can you do?
So another awesome feature of this farm, which I have utilized in the past, is this nether pipe activator. And so when you flip this switch, you can see the spiders get pumped into the nether portal there, and they'll be waiting for you on the other side for you to grief your friends. And I won't send too many there because when we go back, we will probably die. So I will have my sword ready, and we'll try to kill
you.
them.
Go first. I don't have armor.
Okay. I only sent 2, so it's okay. But I think when we first did this, I sent many, and it was a nightmare.
We spent quite a while trying to set it up so that we could stick them in Foon's walls.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. We wanted to hide them in Foon's castle or Foon's manor, but they kept despawning. We ended up spending several hours, and it was we died more often than I think we griefed him. So
yeah, so that about wraps it up for this video.
Yeah, next time what will we look at? Some more farms, probably.
Yep, slime farm I guess is on the docket, and
we'll take a look at the witch farm. The witch farm's on the way to the slime farm. And,
great.
Yeah, great. So I'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Thanks for watching.